Welcome to River City Plus. It is the show after the show, and I'm hanging out with Michelle and Karen to continue our conversation about the contamination. I'm having the hardest time saying contamination situation that many of us have heard about at Camp Lejeune, and a lot of people don't really understand how many people it affected, but just in our conversation on the show, you told me when you first kind of got involved, there were 16,000 people in this particular, was it a Facebook group or something?
Yeah.
But even beyond that, and since then, how long ago was that?
So my husband passed 2019. So I think I joined the group about 2018. Right now, there's over 20,000 people in that Facebook group.
And there's probably still a lot of people that don't realize the connection they have. Yeah?
Absolutely right.
So we got a little bit of your story about your husband and, what you guys are about. But Karen, what's your story?
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for having us. My husband passed away in 1991. We were married for about almost 5 years. He was stationed at Camp Lejeune and exposed to toxic water. In addition to that, he was stationed in Vietnam as well. So he had tremendous exposure to toxic chemicals. So I joined Michelle's group, the Toxic Water Widows group on Facebook, because I joined the Camp Lejeune litigation back in 2013. And I didn't realize there was so many groups out there that could provide support. And so when I joined Michelle's group, I was like, wow, I needed this. In the very beginning, during the 2013 filings for compensation for the toxic water exposures, the government threw out all those cases and said, advise people to, talk to your senators, your legislators. And so it was brought into law through a group of dedicated individuals in Washington, D.C., in addition to the politicians, attorneys, advocacy groups, got together and made this bill a reality and passed into law in 2022.
Excuse me. So there's that situation, but your group has taken on an even bigger, I guess, mantle, if I could say, a bigger cape, because you guys are all about connecting with people, informing, and letting people know that there is support in so many different ways. So what's the name of your group again?
Okay, so we have the Facebook group, which is the Camp Lejeune Toxic Water Widows, but we've also set up a non-profit called the Lejeune Empowered Advocacy for Widows. So what we do is we have people on Facebook, and some of those women, we actually help them advocate to get their VA benefits. We're also trying to support them with the lawsuit as well. So if you join our Facebook group, we try to do like regular weekly Zoom calls where we offer advice, or if women just want to come on and just hang out, just to get some support, to feel that they're not on their own. And then as a result of that, since we've created the non-profit, we've started to do like retreats. So last year we did our first retreat in Orlando, as the picture shows, a couple of us women hanging out, having a good time. And it was a great space for people to feel I'm not alone. They were scared when they first came there because we didn't know each other. It's only via Facebook and the Zoom calls. But to know that we had so much in common, it was a great support system for them. And now we've kind of like trying to build a sisterhood.
So how important is it that you guys are able to find some like-minded individuals or even groups where you can get that support? Because, you've been dealing with this since 91, and it took you 10, 15 years before you finally found a group to connect with. So did you feel like you were kind of lost until you kind of found some people that before you connected with a group and you talked to people, they probably looked at you like, I don't know what you're saying.
Right. And I was lost. I felt lost. I felt like I didn't have enough support. I didn't have information. And through this group, I learned so much, and I've learned to accept what has gone on in our lives. And you have to be able to accept, the grief, because the grief is always going to be there. You have to learn how to deal with grief. And because of the toxic water situation, now I know, why he passed away from cancer. Because at a young age, why did this happen? And so I believe we need to spread the word, and so people can understand that it's okay to grieve. It's okay to fight for benefits, because so many people entitled to benefits and don't pursue it. So this is what I've gotten out of the group. It's okay to fight, and it's okay to stand up for yourself. Fight for your husband. Your husband sacrificed so much through his military service. And so it's okay to fight on his behalf. If you don't have enough in you to fight for yourself, fight for him, because, he deserves that based on the sacrifice.
Now, do you think a group like yours might help maybe other, whether it be men, women, or whatever, who, and it might not even have anything to do with Camp Lejeune, but just to be able to get out there and connect with people and try to find that support, because we are in the middle of Mental Health Awareness Month, and people are trying to reconnect with themselves emotionally, which in turn helps them better connect with people emotionally, that in that aspect of things. So do you guys think your group might be help get people all right, we can go out and talk, even if it's not necessarily your situation, whatever it may be?
Yes, and definitely, that's the benefit I found, after I joined the group, the emotional support. You're not alone. No man is an island, and don't feel like you're alone. And so we're here to help, and we're here to support. If you just need to talk about your grief, talk about your grief. Talk about your inability to pay a light bill. People can't help you if we don't know what you need. So, we ask that everyone just join in with us, and, it's strength in numbers, and we can accomplish so much if we get together as a group of widows and make things happen.
As you move forward, I know you had your first kind of retreat together, so future plans along those lines as well?
Absolutely. We're in the middle of planning one now.
Right. Yeah. So we're looking to have our second retreat in September, and hopefully we're going to go to Hilton Head. But really what we want to do is we want to try and get more widows that are in Jacksonville, so that we can have a chapter here. We can go out and do things, meet up, maybe go out to dinner, go to lunch, just do some fun things to take away from everything else that we've got going on. Because one of the reasons why I wanted to come on today also is that we had the law passed in 2022, August 2022, which has now given us the ability to be able to sue the government. However, it only had a 2-year window, and that window is running out in August. So for those women out there, those families, whether you're a Marine that you've suffered because of the water and you've been thinking about maybe applying for compensation, I'm here to say to you, please don't delay, because if your claim is not in by the 10th of August 2024, you will never, ever, 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 ever have this opportunity again to be able to sue the government.
So that once that window's closed, it's done.
It's done. Yes. Done deal. So all you have to do is just submit the application. As long as the application's in and the Department of Navy have that application, then you're good, even if it takes another 5 years to be compensated. But they just need to have that in by that time.
So people, make sure you get it in, advocate for yourself, advocate for your families. If you'd like to connect with these ladies as part of their group, or just get some information on what you can do to advocate for yourself, there's a couple of different ways. Your website is leaws.org.
Correct.
And then you can connect to the website there, or you can send an email to info@leaws.org. So kudos for what you guys are doing. Condolences, and mad
you.
love for your husbands and their passing. So thank you guys for coming out and sharing your stories and spending some time with us. And I hope it resonated with our people at home, because I do know we are have a very heavy military veteran presence here in Jacksonville, and it's just more ways that we can show love for our city and the people that live here as we continue to grow and prosper. So yeah, we're going to leave on that note. So we'll be back tomorrow with more River City Plus, and then 9:30 for more River City Live. You guys take it easy.
Thank you very much, Rance.